What's going on, traders? Welcome back to another video. Now in this video I'm going to show you my trading view setup, the indicators that I use, how I actually have my chart set up, and a couple of other free hacks. But before we go into the video, I need you guys to hit that subscribe button and make sure you have on all notifications. As well with that, like this video so other people can see it. But without further ado, let's get into my computer. By this point in time, you guys should all know about TradingView, how to use it, and yes, I was just listening to Aston Martin by Rick Ross. So the indicators I use, I try and keep it really basic, really easy. I like to use my MA, my 20 MA. Now when it comes to the EMAs, I have the 200 EMA and the 50 MA. You guys all know how to use it and change the colors and all the inputs and stuff like that. It's very, very easy to do that. Now, one thing that I've been telling you guys about, and I actually discovered this recently, is the session breaker. So this green box that you guys see around the candles right here is my session breaker. This is showing me that this is the New York session. So it's just nice to know, like, okay, this is my New York session. This is the time that I trade. So if you go right here to the indicators and you type in session, it's going to be right here, this colored one. Love it. Shout out to the guy who made that. Now the other thing that I have is my stochastics. This indicator is one of my favorite indicators. I know you guys probably know about the RSI, the relative strength index. The stochastics oscillator is kind of the same thing, but the cool thing about it that really gives me an overall view on whether it's going to go up or down in the market is when it's crossing under. So if we zoom in right here, you guys can see right before it actually started to go up, right here, we have that doji, perfect signal, it's going to go up, is the blue line crossed under the green line. Now you can actually click it and you can change the bands, the colors, the visibility, and all that stuff. My style, this is how I have it set up. So when I see that the green line is crossing under, or sorry, when I see the blue line crossing under the green line, that's telling me that it's good long, meaning it's most likely going to go up. Now the thing that you guys need to understand, let me move my face real quick, is with the stochastics as well, just like the RSI, we have our overbought and oversold levels. My oversold level is a 20 and my overbought level is the 80. Now right here we can see that it was over the 20. The blue crossed under the green, giving us two confirmations with one indicator that was going to go up. We have a rejection of our 50 EMA and we have a doji. So at this point in time, guys, you need to understand that you need to have multiple confirmations as to why you're going to buy the market, if you're going to sell the market. It's not just like, okay, we see one thing, we see a doji, it's going to go up. No, you need multiple confirmations. So with the stochastics, one of my favorite indicators, I absolutely love it. So another thing that you guys can do is with the candles, you guys can change the colors. You guys already probably know how to do that. But one thing that I recommend that you guys do is set the high and the low price. Right here, you want to click it. Now what this represents is when we zoom in, we can see right here this dotted line. I like to zoom in just on the session. So everything outside of this green box doesn't really matter. So we can see that we have this dotted line right here. This is showing us that this is the low of the day, but I like to label it as the LOS, the low of the session, because this green session breaker right here, this is our New York session. This is where all my focus is. Anytime outside of the New York session, I am not trading. It is pointless. That's just, I do not trade those times. So we can see that we have the low of the session that formed right there. And after it hit that, it didn't ever come back. So right at the market open right here, we shot up and then we came back down. But we could have waited it out. If we didn't want to trade in this choppy market, and it was pretty choppy today, I didn't even really trade too much. We could have been like, all right, well, we have the low of the session right here. Let's see if it's ever going to go back below that. And once it didn't go back below that, right around 7:30 is when the overall move will happen. I've told you guys this in the past, but when we see these quick jagged moves like that, those are the market makers in the market. That's not their actual intentional move. So we see these quick pulls away, quick pulls up. Overall, we were in an uptrend, and that's something that you guys always need to observe when you're trading. Is just overall, first off, look at the trend. What are we already doing? So we're already in an uptrend. The low of the day was formed, and it never came back to it. So we can see that that's the low of the session, low of the day, and then it came back, but it didn't go near as low as it did right here. Same thing, it came back to the low, but it didn't go as low as this one right here. So we see that we aren't forming newer lows, that we're just getting higher than the low before. That's a pretty good sign that the low of the day is our overall market structure, and it's not going to go back to that. Now, we can say that we have our dotted line right here. This is our LOD, or sorry, HOS, high of the session, high of the day right here. I got confused, LOD, LOS. But we have our dotted line right here representing our HOS, high of the session. So we can see that this is the high of the session that went right there. Another thing that you guys can put up is your watch list. You guys have all your currency pairs that you follow, and that's really personal preference. With me, I only trade US30. The reason why I have XRP and Litecoin and VeChain and Ethereum and Shiba is because those are other cryptocurrencies I'm invested in. I'm not trading them, I just have my money in them. Oh, I should have told you guys that. Now you guys know all the cryptos I'm invested in. Hit, wink, wink, guys. Now the tools that I use are all right here. Horizontal line is something I use very often. I do use a brush to draw things, the rectangle, the eclipse. Really don't use a lot of this other stuff, like the XABCD pattern. Used to, don't anymore. Head and shoulders, don't anymore. I know that we have the fib retracement. Sometimes I'll use the fibs. Honestly, I don't really use the fibs anymore at all. So this is a basic overview on like what I use for TradingView and all that good stuff. The free hack that I wanted to give you guys was the LOS and how to set that up, and also the indicators that I use. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.